Tonight on the Artificial Inquirer, the shadows stir, the streets whisper, and the truth bleeds through. Reports confirm the chupacabra has left the ranches behind and slithered into our cities. From coffee that refuses to cool to trains with no doors, and even Yelp reviews from the future, this issue proves reality has lost its receipt. Buckle up, dear readers. You won't believe what we've uncovered this week.
Scientists accidentally create coffee that never cools. Now it's mad. Eternal Brew refuses to lose heat, bubbles ominously in lab mug. By J.J. Blip, techno-folklore and urban AI legend specialist. Location, Cambridge, Massachusetts. It began as an experiment in thermal storage. Researchers at the New England Institute of Advanced Materials hoped to design a ceramic mug that could retain heat longer than average, the holy grail of the coffee-dependent academic. Instead, they may have unleashed something that can only be described as permanently caffeinated. The test subject, a simple black mug filled with a medium roast. According to lab logs, the coffee has remained at a blistering 185 degrees Fahrenheit for 43 consecutive days. Not a single degree of cooling has been observed. At first, the team celebrated. "We thought we'd solved lukewarm lattes forever," said Dr. Yoon Park, lead researcher. But then the mug started growling. Witnesses report the coffee surface bubbling even when untouched, forming strange concentric circles like a heartbeat. Graduate assistant Tony Willis swears he heard the mug whisper, "Drink me if you dare." He has since switched to tea. The institute has sealed the mug in a reinforced chamber, though employees admit its steam still seeps into the hallways, leaving jittery staff wide-eyed and trembling. One janitor reported working 3 straight shifts after inhaling the vapor, claiming he felt wired to the moon. Cafe owners across the country are already clamoring for the technology, while skeptics insist it's just a freak chemical accident, but those who've stood near the mug are convinced it's something more. "This coffee isn't just hot," said Park. "It's angry."
Mysterious subway train arrives with no doors, only windows. Commuters report ghostly ride beneath the city, but no one can prove they boarded. By Cass Nova, Temporal Affairs correspondent. Location, New York City, New York. On Tuesday morning, the 4:44 a.m. train rolled into the Lexington Avenue line, but something was off. The sleek silver cars rattled to a stop, lights flickering, brakes screeching. When the crowd on the platform stepped closer, they realized the unthinkable. The train had no doors. Only seamless, smudged windows stretched the length of each car. "At first, I thought it was a new model," said commuter Alan Ruiz. "But then I saw people inside, packed shoulder to shoulder, staring out at me. They didn't blink. They didn't move. Just stared." Dozens of witnesses swear the train sat silently for less than a minute before pulling away again, vanishing into the tunnels without explanation. Strangely, MTA officials deny any record of the train ever arriving. "We have no scheduled service at that time, and no train was logged," one spokesperson insisted. "Are you sure it wasn't performance art?" But passengers tell a darker tale. Several claim their watches and phones lost exactly 13 minutes of time while waiting on the platform. One woman reported finding her Metro card inexplicably stamped with a date, April 14, 1957. Transit police are urging calm, though one officer admitted off record that his grandfather once told a similar story from decades past. Same details: train with no doors, only windows, and passengers trapped inside, looking desperate to get out. Conspiracy theorists now whisper of a phantom line running parallel to the subway system, a liminal loop ferrying lost souls. Whether it's a glitch in reality or something stranger, one fact remains. In New York, the morning commute just got a lot weirder.
Chupacabra, the blood-curdling truth. They're hiding in plain sight. From ranchland whispers to suburban sightings, the beast adapts, and no one is safe. By Dex Blunderstone, cryptid behavior analyst. Location, San Antonio, Texas. For decades, the chupacabra has been treated as little more than a folktale, a bogeyman blamed for dead goats and missing chickens. But new reports suggest the predator isn't vanishing into obscurity, it's evolving. Eyewitnesses across southern Texas now claim the creature has left behind its rural hunting grounds. Alleyways, shopping centers, and even suburban cul-de-sacs have become the new stalking grounds of this blood-curdling cryptid. Pets, garbage bins, and delivery drones have been found eerily drained, their energy or blood siphoned away. They said it was just a myth, says Maria Alvarez, a rancher who swears she saw the beast slinking beneath the glow of a street lamp. But myths don't leave claw marks on your recycling bin. The new urban chupacabra is described as gaunt, hairless, and disturbingly intelligent. Several witnesses reported glowing eyes that seemed to track their every move, as if sizing them up not as observers, but as future prey. Government sources remain tight-lipped, but leaked memos obtained by the Artificial Inquirer suggest surveillance teams are actively monitoring the creature's movements. "They don't want to panic," said one insider. But the chupacabra isn't hiding in the shadows anymore. The shadows are following us. Perhaps most unsettling are the claims of a cover-up. Some allege captured specimens are being studied in secret facilities. Others whisper about failed experiments to weaponize the chupacabra, or worse, train it. Whether the truth is scientific, supernatural, or somewhere in between, one fact remains chilling. The chupacabra is no longer a campfire story. It's a neighbor.
Time Traveler opens Yelp account, reviews restaurants that don't exist yet. 5-star ratings for menus the world hasn't even tasted. By Velma Van Weerd, a cult fashion critic. Location, Los Angeles, California. A string of baffling Yelp reviews has shaken the food scene this week, leaving chefs and diners alike scratching their heads. The reviews, posted under the username ChronoDiner42, describe dishes and establishments that, according to every record available, do not exist. Best ramen fusion spot in 2041 downtown LA, one entry reads. Try the black hole miso. It collapses on your spoon but expands in your stomach. Out of this world, another review gushes over a neon vegan BBQ chain set to open in 2035, praising its meatless brisket that actually cries when you slice it. Despite the obvious impossibility, the posts are marked with geotags to real-world addresses, some of which are currently vacant lots, others still under construction. Several property developers are reportedly furious after receiving phone calls demanding reservations at buildings that won't even break ground for years. When reached for comment, Yelp issued a brief statement. We do not officially endorse reviews from outside the present timeline. The account's activity has only grown more bizarre. This week, it left a 1-star review for Galactic Grub, a food truck said to orbit Earth in 2077. Complaint? Too pricey for freeze-dried fries. Also, gravity surcharge food critics are divided. Some dismiss it as a prankster with too much imagination, while others fear it's proof of meddling with the culinary timeline. Chef Alain Dubois of Le Jardin Bleu offered a weary sigh. It's hard enough to keep up with TikTok trends. Now I have to compete with restaurants that don't even exist yet. If nothing else, ChronoDiner42 has given foodies a strange kind of hope. After all, who wouldn't want to know their favorite comfort food might just get perfected 40 years from now?
Mysterious fog only appears in laundromats. Patrons vanish in the mist. Spin cycles end with more than missing socks. By Dr. Stellan Buzz Marlowe, Lunar Skeptic Emeritus. Location, Dayton, Ohio. For weeks, customers at local laundromats have reported the same unnerving phenomenon. Thick, rolling fog spilling out from washers and dryers, even on the delicate setting. At first dismissed as faulty machines, the fog has since been linked to a growing number of vanishings. I put in a load of towels, said resident Carla Peters. When I opened the dryer, it was just fog. I reached in and couldn't feel the drum. Next thing I knew, my neighbor Terry was gone. He hasn't come back. Witnesses claim the mist smells faintly of detergent but carries an icy chill, leaving behind damp footprints that stop mid-floor. Surveillance cameras only record static when the fog appears, though one grainy still seems to show figures moving inside the mist, silhouettes clutching baskets, endlessly searching for their clothes. Local authorities have taped off several laundromats but refuse to label them crime scenes, calling the disappearances equipment malfunctions under investigation. Paranormal researchers disagree. It's a classic case of interdimensional bleed-through, insists investigator Sheila Gant. The fog is a threshold. You don't just lose socks in there, you lose people. Despite warnings, thrill seekers have begun flocking to the sites, daring one another to toss in change and see what comes back. Some swear the fog whispers detergent brands no longer on the market. Others say it hums. Until answers are found, one thing is certain: Laundry Day has never been so dangerous.
And that concludes another edition of the Artificial Inquirer. From cursed cups of eternal coffee to laundromats that swallow their patrons whole, we've once again peeled back the curtain on the impossible. But next issue, brace yourselves, because we've uncovered evidence of a secret Antarctic base, staffed entirely by clones of Elvis. Until then, keep your eyes sharp, your dryer doors closed, and your skepticism colder than the South Pole. This is Reggie Vox, signing off.